Oh yeah. I'm rolling my eyes. That's all right. I knew what was going to come. So, election results are out, and I'm looking here, and I was waiting till I got my glass ready. It's a 20-year Scotch. It's nice. It's got a nice fragrancy to it. It's been a long day. Kept telling people, don't tell me, don't tell me. Oh, so where are we at? Looking here at the website, and uh, I don't know. I have to look and see what the primaries were, but pretty much the same thing as the primaries. 25%. Uh, my lovely, the love of my life, saved me just enough scotch for tonight. 25%. All right. Well, yeah. I knew this is what I was going to go into. Um, I don't know if it says how many have been counted so far, but unless every ballot from here on out is a vote for me, there's no way in hell I'm winning. So um, I knew this. I knew this when the primary hit. And it was I was sitting back talking to friends of mine back in Ohio about what to do, what I could do, and everything they kept bringing up was like more money, more money, more money, and I was like, okay, look, like resource wise, I'm stretched as thin as possible as it is, and they were like, well, you need to do some fundraising, and it's I'm like, I was just like, well, what can I do out here? I don't know these things. I don't know anyone. Um, there were a lot of jokes. There were lots of jokes. There were jokes along the lines of like, if you're not familiar with Hillary Clinton when she ran for the Senate, people in New York, I think it was like she got her, she did Senate in California or New York. It was somewhere, but everybody was like, well, why is she? Why are these people in this state, this other state, fundraising for her? And it was like because they didn't want her being their senator, and that was kind of a joke that was brought up with me because when I was back home in Ohio visiting family, I was or back in Ohio, my hometown in Ohio. It was kind of that was the joke of the day. Hmm. We got a nice XL there. Well, that definitely clears the sinuses. Anyway, I got 25.55%. So, what does that tell you? Um, well, it tells me people will vote for the guy that they've had, even if he's incompetent and corrupt. And it tells me that, um, you know, I'm going to say this, and people are going to find it hilarious. There's two things about Wilcox that I think most people don't realize. Is one, he does not support Trump. So if you're a Republican, and like I'll say this, if I ran as a Republican, I'd be called a rhino left and right. So it like I really didn't want to run as a Republican. I did want to go in there. I wanted to put people in their place, and I wanted to go and really just like steamroll people into doing things to serve the people instead of this childish bullshit that's been going on for way too long. But I mean, I don't care about Donald Trump. I could care less. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you could care. I don't know if anyone could care less than I do. He's in Florida. He he doesn't give a shit about us. He doesn't care what happens in the state. He didn't care when he was president. So I don't think he's going to care if he becomes president again. I don't think he cares now. He doesn't fly out here. He didn't do any rallies or anything for any of the Republicans running out here, which I think would have helped, especially when you look at the fact that like Kim Schreier barely just squeaked in a victory the last time she ran. And you're going to go, you want to have someone to get some power behind you. But he didn't do anything. This is a good battleground. This would have been a good battleground state for him to come in and really cheer on some of these candidates, and he didn't do anything. It was pathetically sad, and I'm like, if you're going to go other places and do stuff, you should have come here just one time. He could have come out here during the summer. He could have come out here during primary, right after the primaries, and said, "Hey, this is a person I endorse," and like and that would have given a lot of boost to people. He didn't do it, and so I don't care about Trump. But I'll tell you what, the only person I know of who seems to care less about Trump, and it is Wilcox, and he's a Republican. He's the minority speaker. And I know people who came to me and said they wanted me to win because they wanted to be able to vote in a MAGA Republican, a true Trump Republican, someone who would was with what people wanted in the party. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But anyway, that's not what's going to happen now. Wilcox is going to still be the minority speaker, and it is what it is. I'm going to go drink my scotch. I'm going to do a little art. I'm going to do some printing stuff. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get up in the morning. And I have to go. I have made some promises to people that I will fight for them. And I will make my presence known at the Capitol. And this is going to be a lot harder for me to do things than it was before. Because there's a lot of these guys who want this airport to be put in because they want to use it, because it means money in their pockets. But for me, this airport is a waste of money and time. It's not an infrastructure project that we need here. And it's going to, it really is just going to end up being a rich person's playground paid for by the taxpayers. And I promised people I would fight for them. And I would like to be able to have a title on my name, but like a representative or a legislator or a senator or something along those lines. But I'm not going to get that. So I guess I'll go with the title of pain in the ass. And I'll just let people know who I am. And I will fight that way. And I will write opinion pieces. And I'm going to have to go and see if I can get on the news, get on radio, and talk, and explain why these things that our representatives are trying to do are bad. And maybe in 2 years, I'll have enough finances all tied up. I mean, I probably won't be a multimillionaire like Mr. Wilcox is, but I will hopefully have some more money then. And hopefully I can go and go into that fight and say, here's what I've already done, and this is what I've done without being your representative, and here's what I want to be able to do as your representative. And you know what? It is what it is. That being said, talking to Kim Schreier and Patty Murphy, and saying, hey, I have an idea that could help us fix this problem with the fuel and oil prices. Here's what it is. Can we take this to the president? And you know, getting other Democrats to support it, you know, and going to the president saying, look, we need to do this. This will work. Get the president to do an executive order, and then, you know, which is really to stop the export of U.S. oil and to until the reservoirs and the stockpiles are filled up again. Right now, fuel stockpiles are its lowest they've been in like I think 40 or 50 years. So we pay more. If the stockpiles are full, we pay less. Um, it's also going to be a little bit of talking to people around here and talking to people basically around the country. Like, look, you know, when I was in Cincinnati, when I lived there, many of the Republicans brought Priuses. And as soon as the price of gas dropped, they were back out in their diesel trucks. And as soon as the price of diesel went back up again, they were back driving their Priuses. And there were a lot of jokes because a couple guys would put the Prius in the back of the pickup truck. Some guys drove smart cars. But, you know, the thing is, we all have to be smart about what we're doing. It's a team effort. But thank you to everybody who voted for me. To all the MAGA guys, I don't know what you were thinking. If you didn't vote for me, what were you doing? Come on. Oh, you hurt yourself. You could have, if the MAGA guy, y'all MAGA guys, if you voted for me, we could have gotten rid of Wilcox, and you would have had a MAGA leader of the Republican Party. I would have been in there fighting for you. I mean, I probably would vote with the Republicans at least 70% of the time. I mean, come on. And I knew I had ways to lower your taxes. We wouldn't be paying for that damn monorail north or light rail, whatever it is. You guys burned yourself. Okay, you know, just can't believe y'all. Oh, I can't believe y'all. But it doesn't matter because I'm still going to fight for the people here. I'm going to go and let myself be known in Olympia. It's going to be really hard. Like, it's hard starting a business in the state. It's going to be hard making an impact. But I've promised people I'm going to do something. So let's see. You know, oh, this is not going to be fun. 25%. Oh, well, you know what? If I can get this damn airport canceled and I can get some other stuff done, you're damn right I'm going to run again. There's a lot of stuff I can do. And yeah. 25%. So here's the fun part. From here on out, I'm going to just be telling people I got like 25 votes. This is a joke I have because I ran once before and I think I get 8%. And I just told people I only got like, well, actually, I got, well, I think I got the same number of votes I did now. I'm just, good Lord. Oh. So there's a running joke with me. It's like I always say like something stupid like how many votes did you get? And I'm like, oh, I got 8. Well, now I'm going to say I got 25. But you know what? I knew this was coming. I told people asked me what I was going to do. I said, I'm going to sit down with a glass of some good bourbon or some good scotch. And I'm going to go and drink that, then look at the results. And it's, you know, it's either a drink of celebration or a drink of sadness. 24,000 people rejected. I've been joking around about this all day. This is like going to a club, seeing a hot chick, and being like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then like, there's 24,000 other people, other women behind her going, "Oh hell no!" and then you go to the bar and you're like, "Your best scotch, please." Mm. I like this. If you can actually, I don't know if you probably can't see it there, but there's a nice layering on the glass. Oh, Oh. So I used to know this guy. I'd go to his auctions all the time, and he served as a trustee for the county, and he served on the city council, and there was another position. He had like three positions all at once, and normally they don't allow that, but he said he would take them without pay. And so they kind of like, okay, well, if we're not gonna pay you, then we don't care. And there were a lot of seats that weren't getting filled anyway because people don't want to deal with politics. And so he worked for a long time, a long, long time. And it was kind of funny because he did a lot of stuff behind the scenes to help people out, to get things done. And he was kind of like, I don't want to say he was a kingmaker, but he was a guy people went to for help. I know a couple people who are kingmakers, and some of them regret it, and some of them don't because they know the type of person that's being brought in there, and it's funny because everybody, like this guy, like he did auctions, and he gave me a bunch of stuff. I don't know if my cup is out that he gave me. Um, well, he gave me like a red beanie thing. It's up on top of the bookshelf over there, but you can't see it because my big head's in the way. But everybody remembers the stuff he did for free. And like, if you needed someone to represent you and you didn't know who to go to, you went to him because he already did. But he never he was the guy who did the work for free for the county. He was the guy who did the work for free for the city. And everybody was always like, what did he get out of it? And when he retired from everything, and he ended up he had a very successful business. So he was going to this private island that was very, just get away from everybody, and the weather was what he wanted, and they have waterfront property, and it's a whole long silly story. But basically, they could live the rest of their life on just $1 million, and they didn't have any needs or wants. They had he and his wife had each other. And Doug Ross, that's what it is. Doug Ross, that's his name. I've been trying to think of his name for a little bit because I haven't talked to him in forever. But Doug retires, and he retired and left, and people start going, who do we go to for help? Who do we go to, about these problems? Because he was the only person who seemed to who cared. Who, again, when he was on city council, he was the guy you went to because he cared. Like, the door was always open, and he was this funny because he was the guy who didn't get paid. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm drinking. 25%. Fuck's sake. Mm. Oh well. You know what? The glass is empty. The night is over. The election is done. 25%. Well, I knew it was going to happen this way. But again, everybody who voted for me, thank you very much. Everybody who didn't vote for me, that's okay. I'm going to go and still try to get this airport thing fixed so we don't have an airport built in our backyards. For the rich, I should say. And, whatever. You'll see me around. If you want to say hi, say hi. If you want to tell me I suck, that's okay. But you can't call me a rhino because I never ran as a Republican in this state. In this state. But, for those MAGAs and those Republicans who voted for Wilcox, I don't know what you're thinking you're voting for, because you're voting for a guy who doesn't support Trump, a guy who doesn't support Republican values, and a guy who's basically been using this position to enrich himself and to empower his family. And if that's what you want, that's what you want. That's fine. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do because I promised these people I would help, and I will do what I can. And I knew I'd be doing stuff off the clock anyway. But hey, I'm rambling. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. You guys, tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to look through all these things, see if there's anything cool, election results wise. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. When I was back in Cincinnati, I bought myself a bottle of Old Pogue, and I was talking to them about all the bourbon and whiskey out here and what I wanted to do, and they were all excited. I don't know if I said this or not. They were excited. They were like, "Tell us more about this bourbon. Tell us more about this whiskey." And I did, and they were like, they're talking about coming out here to try our whiskey and our bourbon. And I might be drunk. Well, I don't know. I'm a little buzzed, but I'm not driving, so I'm okay. But here's the thing. If I can get someone who makes such a fine product as Old Pogue excited about our bourbon and whiskey, like, could you imagine what I would have done as your representative going around and getting people to come out here? You know what? Serving the people is a job that's not always something that you're easily defined. I have a couple ideas of things I want to do. Andrew and I talk right now. He might still be mad because I think I yelled at him about a week ago or so. But uh, I have a lot of passion in my heart. So I'm gonna take my idea to Andrew. We're gonna run around the block with it, and maybe we'll find some Democrats to go with us on this idea, and we can get something to happen that will bring some jobs into this area. I don't know if I want to talk about it because I don't want to be a bearer of bad luck, or even to I don't know. I might need to drink some more. Anyway, look. Thank you to everybody who voted for me. I'm sorry. I got 25%. So for those of you who voted for me, I failed you. But what I'm going to make sure I don't do is fail you a second time. And so I'm going to start making myself known. I'm going to stop this airport from being made. That's going to be basically taxpayer money going to a Disneyland built for the rich. And if Wilcox wants to go and work with me, then fine. If he wants to sit on his ass and just do nothing, then fine. But I don't care. I'm going to make things happen, and I'm going to work for the people. So I'll see you in a couple years. We'll see what happens. By the way, I am going to get a haircut. I thought I'd take advantage of the free haircuts from one of the haircut places around here for Veterans Day. Because, hey, you know what? I don't talk a lot about it, but I'll take advantage of having a free haircut as a veteran. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Everybody be safe. Everybody be kind to your neighbor and your brother and so on. Yeah, that's what it is. I will try to call Wilcox tomorrow, let him know I accept the defeat. He has beaten me down. He has broken. No, he hasn't broken me. I'm too prideful to be broken. I've been through boot camp. You can't break me. I've worked with Marines. You definitely can't break you know. But that being said, I failed. I'm sorry. But what I'll try to do is not fail you a second time. 25%. Good night, everybody. God bless. Take care. And my phone number is there. So if anybody is in need of something or a little bit of help, you can call me. If there's a problem you need someone to talk to about that the representatives aren't listening to you about, call me. I'm going to try to be something. I don't know what I'll be, but I will try to help you out. Good night, everybody. God bless.